What's going on, guys? So we have another Gotham Photo Season 4 video because you know freaking Danny Cannon is still dropping stuff, and he did exactly what I said he was gonna do, and was the moment I dropped the last one, he dropped a new photo. It just works like clockwork, and expect him to drop a new one when this photo goes live. But I also found out that Mr. Alfred himself is also posting Season 4 photos. Sorry, I got a little frog in my throat there. But he's also posting some Season 4 photos, and he just revealed something really big that changes one of my big theories for the season, and that is, boom! Lee is coming back to Season 4. He posted this photo right here, and it says, just flippin' peachy, the delight, the talented, beautiful Lee, basically right here. And it says, hashtag Gotham Season 4. And man, oh man, that is huge, because I thought Lee was actually going to take Season 4 off. She's going to be recording Deadpool 2, so, and they're filming that right now, so maybe her part's not that big in that movie, and she's coming back to Season 4. I'm going to be really interested to see what happens with Lee, because it seemed like she was going to be leaving the show for a while, but now, with this photo right here, her hair's done up, it looks like she's going to be doing some stuff for Season 4. How early will we see Lee come back to this show? And they're starting to film this show already. It comes back in September, and it looks like she's probably going to be in probably the first, like, 5 episodes, maybe. This might be even sooner. But, I was under the impression that she wasn't going to come back for a while because I thought she would be filming Deadpool 2. But now it just makes things a lot more interesting, because those people that are like, Lee's going to be Harley, those people are probably going to come back out of the woodwork. And you still got people like me that are saying Barbara's going to be Harley, and then you have that little speck of people saying that they're going to just introduce a new character that is Harley, which I would love to be a part of that group, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But I'm going to be really interested to see what's going to happen with Lee's character. But right here, confirmed, she's coming back from Alfred himself. Season 4, Lee will return. Now, he did also post a couple other photos, but we're going to jump over to Danny Cannon and talk about those photos, and then talk about the ones Alfred posted at the same time, too. Of course, Danny Cannon posted the usual, like, skyline kind of photos right here. You can see it on his Instagram. He posted, like, 2 or 3 of them like that. Now, there was this one right here that a lot of people probably be like, oh, why didn't you check that out? The reason why, I was looking at it, and it just looks like he was inside a bar, and there wasn't really much, like, he just snapped a cool photo inside a bar. I don't know if that's a bar they're filming in, and he just took a really cool photo of it. But you gotta remember, Danny Cannon's Instagram is kind of like his personal one and Gotham at the same time. He's just taking really cool photos and posting them there. You know, maybe he likes the aesthetic. But, yeah, so I didn't really, I tried to look at it, I tried to find if there was anything, like, very Gotham-y or Batman in there, and I couldn't really find anything, so that's why I didn't really show it up close. But yeah, so it was just a bunch of scenery, but you did see that he did post some interesting stuff. The biggest thing you probably noticed in that whole little set of photos was Victor Zsasz is coming back. Now, this is a character a lot of people love. A lot of people just enjoy Victor Zsasz's character from the comic book. They're excited when they see him on the show. But me personally love Zsasz in the games and the comic books. I forgot he's in the games as well. I want him to have a freaking story arc. I want him to be the character from the comic book, the character from the game. I want to see him kill people and do the knife thing and, like, add it to his body. Or at least show us, like, you know, a thing with his shirt off or something, right? Or, like, something like that where we start seeing the cuts on his body. You don't have to show me, like, him cutting himself, which I think they showed in the very first season. But I want to see that he's adding, like, marks to his body. I want that part of Victor Zsasz to come out. They're doing a really good job with showing Penguin, Riddler, Freeze, like, show Zsasz with the character that he is, or make Zsasz a little bit more gangster, and maybe do have a shot where his whole body's already covered and he has to start adding it to his face. That would be really awesome. I want him to have an arc in Gotham, and I hope that's something they do here instead of just keep using him as an assassin. He's like really a psychopath that goes around, he finds people, he wants to kill them. It would be cool if something like, yes, he's an assassin, but he actually starts going crazy, and he goes and he starts like, I need to cleanse these people, or whatever he does, you know. I would really love to see that in Gotham. Next up, we got this shot of Selina just, you know, hanging out on rooftops, because that's what she does all the time, but she's in a very very nice dress here. Now, Alfred, I forget his name, Sean, I believe his name is, also posted a photo of Selena just doing like some kind of like, ooh, look at me kind of things. And I don't know if this is a director of the episode telling her what he wants her to do, or if this is a photographer being like, hey, do this so we can take a really cool photo. I'm not too really sure, but you will notice that she is in a very nice dress. And if you cut over to another photo that was posted by Alfred, we see Bruce in a very nice suit. And it looks like he's on a rooftop as well. And it could be that maybe Bruce is going to meet up with Selena. Maybe they went to a dinner. Maybe something along those lines is going on. And that's what's happening. But if we go from what happened at the end of season 3, they're kind of not on the best of terms. And he was all like, get out of here if you don't care. So I don't know what's going to happen here. We know Bruce and Selena are going to still talk to each other throughout the season. They're the biggest like characters in their age group. And they always have a connection with each other. So we know they're going to come across that again. But it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with this photo of Bruce right here. He is in a very sleek, all black, very Batman, very Dark Knight. This is actually from, I believe, the same suit from the very first video I did of the photos where we were talking about, you know, he had no more turtlenecks or anything like that. I believe this is the same suit. And, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I do think these two episodes are going to be connected. For some reason, maybe they go to a fancy dinner or something like that. I don't really know. But Selena is in a very nice dress, and she doesn't normally wear that kind of stuff. So it is going to be interesting to see what's going on here. Lastly, until Danny posts another photo when this one instantly goes live, we have the photo that he posted last time when my last video went live, and it's of this guy at Arkham Asylum with a cage around his head. Now, this is going to be really interesting. Could this have to do with those two weird people that I showed you in the last video that were very Bioshock-like? It could be, because remember, it's the same kind of cage setup, same kind of doors, and I said those people were more than likely working at Arkham Asylum. Could they be doing weird experiments like this? And could they be working for Scarecrow as well? What if this guy in this cage has actually got a fear of being locked up? Or he's got a fear of, like, birds or something, and they're gonna put, like, maybe a bird in there with him, and he's gonna, like, freak out. Either way, though, I don't know why this guy would be wearing a cage around his head, unless maybe he bites people or something, and they need to put something on his head so he stops biting other inmates. But I do think he's actually going to be, you know, he's either gonna be involved with those two weird people that we took photos of, or this could be some kind of weird Scarecrow experiment. Like, what if Scarecrow does get, like, a hold on Arkham Asylum, and he uses the Arkham inmates to test his fear toxin? Which, speaking of that, it's going to be really interesting, and a lot of you guys brought it up. Like, a lot of you guys want to see, like, oh, I hope we see him become Scarecrow, because last time we saw him going really crazy in his bed. I don't know if we're going to see that. It might be a flashback, but what I feel like what they're going to do with Scarecrow is they're going to show him that he controlled it. Like, over time, that he controlled it, he finally succumbed. He didn't succumb to his fear, but he conquered his fear, and that is why he wants to cleanse Gotham of all their fear, because if he does that, Scarecrow's always felt that if people can conquer their fears, like, they're, like, unstoppable, they'll do whatever, but they're never going to be able to do that unless they can conquer their fears, and that's kind of his MO. So I think that's what we might see in Gotham, or at least what I hope we see in Gotham, and I think he's going to be like a together Scarecrow. He's going to be a little crazy, but he's going to want everybody to get over their fear, and like I said, Gotham, I hope you actually take that toxin and give us the Batman scene where Bruce falls into the cave and all the bats attack him, and that's what he's scared of, but he overconquers that, and that maybe we get, he's like, I am the Knight, kind of bullshit like that. I know some people don't want to see that, but, you know, there was an episode of Batman the Animated Series where Bruce was scared of, like, you know, his fears, and he says that motto, and he is the knight, and he overconquers his fear, which was pretty awesome. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with Gotham Season 4. There's a lot of potential. Like I've said, I have my ups and downs with this show. I absolutely love it, but sometimes they do things that drive me up a wall, but that's just because I feel like this show could be the best show on TV if they just do things right and they don't try to be so different. And, you know, you can follow the comic books but still be, you know, slightly different at the same time. It doesn't need to be word for word, page for page kind of thing. But, I don't know. I'm really excited. Can't wait to see what else they're going to be posting and what new photos come out so we can make a new video after that. Guys and gals, do let me know what you thought of these photos and what your theories are for Season 4 in the comment sections down below. Don't forget, if you want to show support to this channel, you can check out the Patreon like these awesome people did. Or you can always do the OG thing and give this video a like and share it with all of your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. If I have a daily dose of juice, see you guys next time. Bye.